Why are we drawn to abandoned places? What mysteries lie within deserted buildings? Abandoned places hide eerie secrets you won't soon forget. There's something undeniably magnetic about buildings that time has forgotten. Whether it's the eerie silence, crumbling walls, or graffiti-covered halls, abandoned places hold stories we'll never fully know. They exist in a space between history and decay, a haunting reminder of what was and what could have been. Urban explorers seek them out for a mix of adventure, mystery, and sometimes even danger. Each location tells a story, often left behind in fragments. A child's toy on a rotting floor, hospital beds lined up beneath broken windows, or office desks still covered in paperwork decades old. Exploring these places gives us a rare chance to connect with forgotten pasts. It's like stepping into a time capsule, only no one knows exactly when it was sealed or why it was left behind. But with that curiosity comes risk. These locations often have unstable structures, trespassing laws, and sometimes even darker elements, paranormal encounters, territorial squatters, or unexplained phenomena. We'll explore the haunting beauty and chilling moments found inside the world's most mysterious abandoned locations. What causes once bustling places to fall silent? When people leave a place, nature doesn't wait. It begins to reclaim what was once its own. Paint peels, mold spreads, and vines crawl through broken windows. Entire communities can become ghost towns in just a few years when economic shifts, natural disasters, or political changes force residents out. Many abandoned places weren't meant to last forever. Mining towns that dried up, amusement parks that couldn't survive a downturn, or military bases rendered obsolete. Others were left suddenly, often mid-use, due to catastrophe or crisis, leaving behind an unsettling sense of unfinished business. Without maintenance, buildings deteriorate rapidly. Water damage, pest infestations, and structural failure follow. The once polished surfaces fade into rot and what's left becomes a fragile relic of the past. But the decay tells its own story. The way chairs are still aligned in classrooms, or how hotel brochures sit untouched on lobby counters, hints at sudden departure. These details spark imaginations and raise endless questions. Abandoned places are never truly empty. They echo with the lives that once lived there, and exploring them means walking through a space where time has paused but decay continues. Are ghosts just stories, or do some explorers really encounter the unexplained? Countless urban explorers have reported experiences they can't explain. Voices in empty rooms, footsteps on broken floors, or cold spots in otherwise warm spaces. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, something about abandoned places seems to amplify the unknown. Old hospitals, asylums, and prisons top the list of allegedly haunted locations. These places carry heavy histories, suffering, loss, and trauma that linger in the air. Explorers often feel a sense of being watched, even when completely alone. Electronic voice phenomena called EVPs, sudden equipment failure, and even physical contact like tugged shirts or light touches, have been documented by seasoned adventurers. Some record entire investigations trying to capture these moments. Skeptics argue it's just suggestion and adrenaline. When you're already on edge, the mind plays tricks. But too many explorers share similar stories for the phenomenon to be dismissed outright. Whether it's ghosts or simply the psychological weight of forgotten places, many agree, some abandoned spaces don't want to be disturbed. Which forgotten places still leave an unforgettable impression? One of the most hauntingly famous sites is Pripyat, Ukraine, the city abandoned after the Chernobyl disaster. Ferris wheels rust beside empty schools, and the eerie silence is interrupted only by the wind. It's a sobering portrait of how fast life can vanish. Hashima Island off the coast of Japan is another world-renowned ghost city. Once a thriving coal mining facility, it's now a labyrinth of crumbling concrete structures surrounded by the sea. It looks like a war zone even though no war ever touched it. In the US, Detroit's Packard plant is a symbol of industrial rise and fall. This massive car factory once employed thousands. Now its empty halls stretch for blocks, graffiti-covered, and echoing the loss of American manufacturing. Oradour-sur-Glane, a village in France, has been left untouched since its destruction in World War II. Cars and buildings remain exactly as they were in 1944 and are preserved as a memorial. It's a chilling walk through history. These locations are haunting not just for their silence, but for their beauty. Cracked walls become canvases, broken glass sparkles in morning light, and decay transforms into unexpected art. Why do people break the rules just to see what's behind a boarded-up door? Urban exploration, or urbex, isn't just a hobby, it's a full-blown passion for many. The thrill of discovery, the excitement of walking where few have dared, and the lure of documenting the unseen all drive people to take risks. But those risks can be serious. Many of these sites are private property, with no trespassing signs clearly posted. Getting caught can mean fines, or even arrest. Yet that hasn't stopped the growing online communities of urban explorers who share tips, maps, and their experiences. Explorers often justify their actions with a leave no trace mentality. They aren't there to steal or destroy, just to witness, document, and preserve the memory of forgotten places before they disappear forever. Still, the legality remains a gray area. Some countries have looser laws or urban decay tours led by guides with permission to view the sites. Others are more strict, and explorers rely on stealth and timing to avoid detection. For many, the risk is part of the experience. It turns a quiet, eerie walk into an adrenaline-filled adventure. But even seasoned explorers caution against entering unsafe or active sites, and always recommend going in properly prepared. What makes photos of abandoned places so visually stunning? There's a raw beauty to decay that draws photographers and filmmakers alike. Light streaming through broken ceilings, vines creeping through tile floors, dust particles dancing in sunbeams, these elements create dramatic, cinematic visuals with almost no staging. Urban explorers often use wide-angle lenses to capture the full scope of massive structures. They work with natural light as much as possible, emphasizing shadows, texture, and contrast to enhance the mood. Drone footage adds an epic perspective. It reveals the scale of forgotten cities or isolated buildings swallowed by forests. This bird's-eye view transforms even modest ruins into haunting landscapes. Editing also plays a key role. Slight desaturation, high contrast, and added grain or film textures give the images a timeless, ghostly quality. Music choices in video walkthroughs can make or break the emotional impact. But most importantly, explorers aim to tell a story. A single chair in an empty hallway, a child's toy on a stairwell, a collapsed piano beneath a cracked ceiling, these visuals speak louder than words. How can you safely and respectfully explore abandoned places? First and foremost, safety comes first. Abandoned buildings can have weak floors, falling ceilings, exposed nails, and even toxic mold. Always have the proper gear: sturdy shoes, gloves, a mask, and a flashlight with extra batteries. Never explore alone. Bring at least one trusted companion who can help in the case of emergency. Have a charged phone, a basic first aid kit, and make sure someone outside the site knows where you're going. Research is key. Some buildings are patrolled, others are in active decay. Reading trip reports or knowing the local history can help you understand what to expect and whether it's even worth the risk. Respect the space. Don't break locks or force entry. Never take souvenirs or tag walls. Many in the urbex community follow the motto: take only photos, leave only footprints. Finally, know your limits. If a floor seems unstable or a hallway feels unsafe, turn back. No photo is worth injury or worse. The goal is to capture the past, not to become part of it. Why do abandoned places continue to fascinate and haunt us? Because they represent the fragility of human effort. What we build with pride can be left to crumble. Cities fall silent, structures decay, and time moves on. Yet these places remain like ghosts, whispering the stories we've forgotten. They hold mystery, history, and emotion. Walking through them stirs the imagination. Who lived here? Why did they leave? What was the last thing they heard before the door closed for good? Abandoned places force us to confront impermanence. They remind us that nothing lasts forever, not even the tallest buildings or busiest streets. And yet, in that decay, there's undeniable beauty. Exploring these locations is more than simply thrill-seeking. It's a form of storytelling. A way to honor the past, see the present with new eyes, and maybe rethink how we treat the spaces we occupy now. So, next time you pass a crumbling building or glimpse an overgrown path, take the time to pause. That silence might be hiding a story worth hearing. Which abandoned place would you explore first? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell so you never miss an eerie adventure into the world's forgotten corners. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.